going to be a prom look. I came up with this look yesterday. I was just doing my own makeup, and then after I was done, I was like, oh my god, this would be perfect for prom because it's pretty neutral and can go with really any color dress, and it's all matte. So it's just like fresh, natural. The skin is glowy, and I just feel like it's perfect for any dress and for that time of year, that summer, late spring, early summer time. I just feel like this would be perfect with a nice tan and like a blush or like nude color dress. But again, it will go with any dress because it is pretty, you know, natural and neutral. So yeah, I only have shimmer in the inner corner. I really love an all matte eye. It's just very elegant and classy in my opinion, and you could really never go wrong with it. So I will be filming some other prom looks, so keep an eye out for that. This look is just focused on mostly the eyes. I didn't do my face routine in this, but my next video, or my next, I don't know if it'll be my next video, but my next prom video will be full face, pretty much from beginning to end, using all drugstore products. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial, and let's get started. Okay guys, so the first thing I'm going to do is apply this Shadow Insurance by Too Faced, and this is just their eyeshadow primer. So I'm going to apply that onto my lid. Okay, once you've applied that, you're going to want to go in with an eyeshadow base. I'm using this NYX eyeshadow base. This is in the color ESB03. And yeah, it's just a nice skin tone shade. And I'm only applying a little amount of this just to cover up any like veining and stuff like that. So I know my face and everything is pretty much done. I will have everything listed down below though if you're interested. My next tutorial for prom, I'm going to be doing a full face. So that's why I didn't do it in this one, and I'm going to be using like drugstore products. So if you want to know what I would do for prom in terms of my face, stay tuned for the next prom makeup tutorial. This one is just focusing on eyes and lips and then like blush and stuff. But yeah, anyways, I'm going to be going in with my Kat Von D brightening powder. This is in the shade Petal, and I've been really loving doing this. I set my eyeshadow base with this, and since it's like a brightening powder, it just like sets the lid, but it also brightens. So I don't know, it looks really good. The first color I'm going to be using is MAC's Uninterrupted Shadow. This is a Pro Longwear shadow, one of my favorite all-time eyeshadows, honestly. This is just an amazing formula. It's so easy to blend, and the color is just awesome. It's like a mustardy brown. It looks a little intimidating, but it's beautiful. So I love this shade. So I'm going to take this on my BH Cosmetics blending brush, and I am going to apply this in my crease. Really with no technique. I'm just going back and forth, circular motions. I really want it to be like a blown out crease, so that's what I'm gonna do. And I'm using a pretty big blending brush, so it's easier to get that blown out look. Now with a more precise brush, I'm going to be going in with my Morphe M513, which is a really nice, more precise blending brush. This is one of my favorite brushes. And I'm going to be going in with that same Uninterrupted shade and applying that in my crease. But by using a more precise, compact brush, it's going to almost give the illusion that I'm using a darker color, when in reality I'm just building up that color with a more precise blending brush. And I'm going to keep building up that color, so I'm going to dip into the shadow a few times until it's to my liking. gonna go back in with my blending brush and just go over everything to make sure it's really blended. I'm going to go in with Unspoken from the Lorac Unzipped palette, and this is just a nice darker chocolatey brown, and I'm going to be using that with my M514, which is a smaller version and less dense version of the brush that I just used. And I'm going to use this shade more so in the outer corner just to deepen up that outer crease. Going back in with the brush I just used, I'm going to just diffuse the edges and just blend out with the leftover Uninterrupted shade. And then I'm going to go back in with Unspoken and just add another really light layer of it. Now I'm going to deepen up the crease even further, and I'm going to be using Cypress Umber from the Modern Renaissance palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills. Actually, it goes like that. I'm going to be going in with my M514, and I'm just going to dip my brush in once, tap off the excess, and just lightly build up that outer corner. You don't want to go in with a lot of this shade because it's super pigmented, so you want to just build it up little by little. I'm going to be using a little bit of Uninterrupted again because I don't want to lose that mustardy brown shade. So I just want to go back in my crease with a very little amount of it and just apply it there, because I don't want to lose the intensity of that brown shade. And then I'll go back in with my initial blending brush and just blend it even further. Okay, so now time for the lid. And for the lid, I'm going to start off by carving out my lid space with some concealer. You can use an eyeshadow base, concealer, whatever you feel comfortable with. Today I'm just using the Urban Decay Weightless Skin Concealer in Light Warm. You want it to be a fairly light shade so the color can really pick up in the eyeshadow. And I'm going to use a small little flat shader brush, and I'm going to carve out my crease, my lid space with this. This isn't a necessary step for everyone. I have hooded lids though, and I find that if I don't do this step, my lid shade kind of gets lost in the whole look. It kind of just mushes all together, and my lid just doesn't look as defined. If you have hooded lids, you know what I'm talking about. Your lid just can kind of get lost, and the shade that you put on there just kind of ends up blending with everything else. So for me, this is kind of a necessary step. For others, it's not. It just depends on your eye shape and how your eyes, you know, look with certain colors and stuff like that. So it may not seem necessary what I'm doing, but for me it is, because if I didn't do this, trust me, there would be a difference. So it's up to you if you want to do this step or not, but I am going to take the concealer and just carve out my lid. And by the way, I'm only going till about mid-lid and then just kind of fading the concealer to the outer corner. Now going with the lid shade, I'm going to be using Golden Ochre from the Modern Renaissance palette. This is a really interesting shade. I don't really own any other shade like it. It kind of reminds me of like a cousin, like a distant cousin of the MAC Uninterrupted. It kind of has that mustardy feel, but it's a much lighter matte shade. Now, if you are super pale, this may not do it for you. You may not feel like it's popping enough on your lid, so just use a lighter matte shade and you'll be fine. I'm just gonna use this today, but you can use any lighter matte shade that you'd like. So I'm just going to dip my MAC 240, actually no, this is the Mikasa Beauty E230. This is a great shader brush. And I'm actually going to make sure there's no creasing from the concealer. And I'm just going to apply this right on my lid. Okay, once you built up the intensity that you like, you can go back in with Cypress Umber and just like a very tiny bit of it and just kind of blend it into that lid space just so there's no like obvious line there. Now I want to kind of define that outer corner and that lash line a little bit. I'm not wearing liner today, so it's important to define that area with some kind of shadow or something just to really tie the look together. So I'm going to go in with Cypress Umber and my Mikasa Beauty E310, which is just a pencil brush. And I'm going to apply it on the outer corner there and like going in a little bit on the lash line. You want to stay closest to the lash line. Okay, once you did that, now we can move on to the lower lash line. And I'm going to be using this Extra Intense Liquid Pencil Eyeliner in the shade Brown by Loreal. And I'm just going to apply this to my waterline. And then once I've done that, I'm going to wipe off my pencil brush. And I'm going to apply Uninterrupted on that lower lash line. And I really want this to be like a blown out lower lash line, so really get the brush in there and don't be scared. Just, you know, apply it to that lower lash line. Don't be scared if you go too low. You can always fix that. And I'm pretty much going from the outer corner all the way in for the most part. Once you feel you put enough of that shadow down, now you're going to take a definer brush. Something like this. It's just like a very skinny little detail brush, and the color Unspoken. And just apply that to the lash line. More obviously not as, you know, blown out as you applied the other color. You want to do this pretty tight to the lash line. And then the last step for the lower lash line is taking a little bit of Cypress Umber and applying that like closest to the outer corner. Okay, so now I want to add a little pop of shimmer in that inner corner. You don't have to do this if you want to stick with all mattes, you totally can, but I do really love just that little pop of shimmer right there. It just kind of, I don't know, livens the look up a little bit, and since everything is matte, there's nothing wrong with putting a little shimmer in your inner corner, but again, if you rather stay all matte, you totally can. I did just wet my pencil brush, just like a no-name pencil brush, and I'm going to be using Primavera by the Modern Renaissance palette. It's just such a pretty gold, and I just love this shade. So I'm going to, and by the way, I use eye drops to wet my brush. I don't have Fix Plus on me, I ran out, so you can use eye drops if you don't have Fix Plus, by the way. It does the same thing. So I'm going to keep this pretty like tight. I don't want a blown out inner corner. I'm going to keep this pretty tight in my inner corner. Drag it up a little bit. Okay, so now I'm going to apply mascara to my lashes, and I'm going to be using Maybelline Lash Sensational Mascara. I love this mascara, by the way. It's my new favorite drugstore mascara. It just works so well for my lashes. It lengthens and gives volume. I love it. But I'm also going to be applying lashes. Obviously, lashes are optional. They're always optional, but For prom, I really think that lashes look beautiful. They just make a really big difference in photography. They open up your eyes and just take the look from like an average look to like, oh, you know, she, you know, did her makeup, she got her makeup done for prom. Like, it just takes it from like eh to like glamorous. So I'm going to be using these lashes today. These are by Kiss, and basically they are like little clusters of lashes. What I love about these is, one, they're more natural. Two, they're more comfortable because you don't have a band going across your lid. You kind of have some space for your eyes to breathe a little bit since it's clusters of lashes and not one continuous band. They don't feel heavy, like you don't feel them at all. And I feel like for prom, you just want to be, you know, as comfortable as you can be. So why not use these? And I find a lot of girls for prom end up wanting these over the strip lashes because, you know, obviously I do makeup for prom because I'm a makeup artist, and I always end up using these on my clients. So I really recommend them. I will kind of show you guys how I apply them on the eye. And yeah, but first I'm going to apply my mascara. Basically what you're going to do is take some lash adhesive, anyone that you like, put it on the tray somewhere like so, putting it right there. I'm using black lash adhesive, but you can use clear or whatever one you like. And basically you just take the lash on your tweezer, dip it in the glue, and then come in from above and just apply it pretty much on your lash line. And you're just going to repeat that step multiple times until it's to the fullness that you want. You can use as little or as much as you want, and then once you get towards the inner corner, you're going to go in with the shorter ones, which are the top layer, and apply like probably like 2 of those towards the inner corner. These do take some practice, so if you are going to be applying them yourself, you know, I definitely practice a few times, just because sometimes if you don't apply them the right way, there may be gaps and stuff like that. But they may seem a little more tedious, but honestly they're really easy. So just practice maybe once or twice. So I'm gonna apply like, I don't even know, I'm probably gonna apply like 4 and then 2 small ones, and I'll be right back. Okay you guys, so the eyes are done. This is what they look like. They're just kind of natural and flirty and perfect for prom, I think, because this look will kind of go with any kind of dress. So yeah, I really like the way they came out. So now moving on to the rest of my face, I just have to add blush and highlighter. So I'm going to be using MAC's Warm Soul blush. This is one of my favorite blushes of all time. It's just so pretty. I've heard the new formula isn't that great, but it's just one of my favorite blushes of all time. And anytime I'm doing like a bronzy, glowy look, I love to use this blush. Okay, now time to glow, and we are going to be using our Nicole Guerrero Glow Kit. I love this glow kit. It's awesome. Really nothing else to say about it. I use a mixture of 143 and Glow Getter. I'm gonna mix these two together to get my perfect glow. And I'm using my Anastasia A23 brush. And then don't forget to apply a little bit on the tip of your nose. And then I like to apply a little bit down the bridges of my nose as well. and also the Cupid's bow. I'm also going to kind of highlight my shoulder and stuff. Hold on, I need to like see what I'm doing here. I also want to highlight like my shoulders and my collarbones and stuff. Just want to add highlighter like everywhere pretty much. Pretty much. Now we're done highlighting like crazy. I'm gonna move on to lips now. So for my lips, I'm actually gonna wipe my lips off. We'll wipe my chapstick off. Then I'm just gonna take my beauty blender that I apply my foundation with and I just kind of go over my lips. Okay. So I'm gonna start off by using NYX lip liner in Nutmeg. A mirror. Then I'm just going to take Morphe's lip cream in Ransom, which is like a nice nude shade. I'm going for a nude color. You don't have to if you don't want to, but I just find nude is the easiest for prom just because it's easy to touch up and stuff. And I am actually going for a little bit of a darker nude. So if you like lighter nudes, you can do that, but this is a beautiful, beautiful color and a really comfortable formula. And I'm actually going to top this off with a gloss. I'm going to use Dolly Gloss by Buxom. It's one of their full-on lip creams. And it's just a really pretty, kind of like pink mauve shade. I just love glossy lips, so. Okay guys, so this is the finished look. Super easy, natural, glowy, and perfect for prom, in my opinion. Once again, I will be doing another prom look, so don't worry. If you like more dramatic looks, keep an eye out for that. And also, that one is going to be using all inexpensive products, either found at the drugstore or online. So if you want to stay in a budget and you know, don't want to spend a fortune buying all makeup products to do your makeup for prom, that is a video that you may like. So anyways, I really hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next time.